Hello friends, it's Saturday, March 7th. I'm in New York to speak at the Traders Expo, but of course the weekends is the time when I do the bulk of my work. That's when I make my strategic decisions for the week ahead and some tactical decisions as well, although tactics of course come in much more intensely throughout the week. I just began working on this weekend, and I will publish my analysis and thoughts in Spike Trade on Sunday. But meanwhile, I began with letter A, Australia, and saw some very interesting developments on the charts. I have a great friend in Australia. I will send this analysis to him before I even start working on the US thing. So I thought I would share it with you, because whether it's Australia, US, or any other country, as long as there is good volume in the markets, technical analysis is just about the same. Let's take a look. If you saw my previous video, February 27th, the headline was, "It doesn't pay to panic." The market was declining very sharply, and the similar thing was happening in Australia. This last week, Australia declined again, and it actually closed lower. And I can just imagine margin calls going out, panic spreading, people selling their stocks. But step back from the panic. I believe in analyzing markets in multiple time frames. And if it's a major decision, I do 3 time frames. So here is a monthly chart of Australia. And by the way, I don't have access on this computer to the Australian All Ords Index. So instead, I use EWA, which is an ETF of Australia. Take a look at this monthly chart. Prices are surrounded by ATR channels, and I have 3 of them. When prices hit 3 ATR, it's really an unusual event in the markets. It's either mania or panic. And you can see here was a panic in 2008. The market exploded. There was another panic in 2016, and was another up leg of the bull market. Another panic last Christmas or previous Christmas, 2018, another up leg. And there is a panic that happened last week, previous week. This week, there is no longer a yellow dot, no more panic. This yellow dots show where a force index jumps out of its own 3 ATR channel. So I have 3 ATR channels on prices and 3 ATRs on force index. And this thing says Australia is at a downward extreme. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. You can see on the weeklies that when force index blows out of its 3 ATR channel, it identifies unsustainable market panic. That's when the frightened people are dumping their stocks. And as weak hands lose stocks, strong hands purchase them. Here we are in early 2018. This yellow dots show that force index is out of 3 ATR channel, and it's a meaningful bottom. There is a strong rally that follows. Happens again here in October of 2018, another very sharp rally. Happens again around Christmas of 2018, and that's a whole new up leg of the bull market. Happens again in August of 2019, and again a very, very meaningful rally. And it is happening right now at the right edge. Prices are out of 3 ATR channel, force index is out of 3 ATR channel. This is about as frightened, crazy, depressed as it gets. This is what bottoms smell like. Is this the bottom? Possibly. But let's take a look at the daily chart. The daily chart shows that EWA made a low during the previous week, and look at the tremendous bottom in the force index. And look what it did last Friday. There was a panic, and Australia opened on a gap down. At least it did so in the United States. It's an American ETF. And then it spent all day rallying and closing above the previous week's low. and there is a bullish divergence of force index as well. Now, there is more than one indicator that goes into decision making. I showed you these charts to show how you can use objective technical indicators to put your finger on the pulse of the market and to decide, is it manic, is it depressed? And when it's manic, you don't want to run with the crazy people. When it's depressed, you don't want to run with the crazy people either. You want to look how to trade against them. And so, I hope you found this review of a monthly, weekly, and daily chart useful. You also notice that I use a limited number of indicators. Modern technical software gives us a huge amount of tools, and it's so easy to get distracted. Select just a few, learn exactly how they work, and stay with them. Be focused. Thank you for viewing, and best wishes for the week ahead.